Hey everybody, it's time to geek out. That's right, this is the time of the week where we sit down, we talk a little bit of box office, and we geek out over the theme of the week, which is DC Villains. So we'll be going through that in a minute. But let's go ahead and let's just do what we do, and let's jump right into the box office report for this past weekend. I'm not as invested since I didn't get to see anything this weekend, but I do like to find out what's going on, because you know I geek out over movies, and I geek out over movies hard, as you've seen with all the trailer reactions and such we do here. Alright, well let's just jump right into it. I'm checking out Box Office Mojo as usual, and no surprise, Jason Bourne opens number one. $59.2 million, very, very good. $120 million budget, so yeah, there may be a fifth one, a sixth one, fifth Jason Bourne, sixth Bourne period. I don't know. It's hard to count. Anyways, awesome. Good to see Matt Damon doing some. Matt Damon needs some money. He's pretty poor. I don't know. No, I know that's not how it works. I'm just joking around here. Number two for the second week in a row, Star Trek Beyond with 24.7. That's a really good second week. 106.4 total of $185 million budget. That is good. They did already greenlight a fourth one, so we know we're getting it. The more I think about that movie, the more I see other people's reviews, the more I actually really like it. I think I just went in with the wrong kind of expectation, so I'm looking forward to getting a chance to see that one again. In the number three spot, we had Bad Moms opening. Hey, it's an R-rated movie in the summer, so that's doing pretty well. $23.8 million for its opening weekend. $20 million budget. Sweet. Very, very good. All right, ladies, you do it. I really did want to see this. I've heard it's really good. I'm sure I will see it eventually. Number four, Secret Life of Pets still holding in there, man. 18.9. Whew. $296.8 million total on its $75 million budget. Only had a 36% drop from week 3 to week 4. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, all right, well, look for the sequels to that one. Number 5, Ice Age Collision Course is still hanging in there with a 10.9, so it's got a 42.5 on a $105 million budget. Why is that movie so expensive? I don't know. Anyways, that's what that did. I'm not even gonna speculate any further. Number 6, Lights Out. God, I really wanna see that. 10.8 million. So 4.9, oh wow, even in its second week, it doubled its actual budget of 4.9 million, with a grand total of 42.8 million right now. Sweet. I don't know if you can make a sequel to it. I haven't seen it. Hopefully they'll make a sequel to it. I'm dying to see that one, honestly. And 7, Ghostbusters, still hanging in there, another 10.1 million. So that puts its total at 106.4. Actually, you know, for its third week, it's not dying off as quickly as a lot of people would think, and I would love to go see that again, honestly. I'm surprised how much I love that movie. I want to see it again. Number 8, Nerve. Okay, I really did want to see Nerve, too. It had a really strong opening for what it is. No budget listed, but it's made 9.4 in its opening weekend, but counting the extra days, 15.4, so pretty good. That's probably not what its budget. I'm thinking that's probably at least a $50 million budget. I could be wrong. But pretty happy with that, I guess. Not that I have any stake in it, but I do want to see that. Number 9, Finding Dory, still making some money with 4.3 million, 469 million total in its 7th week. Jesus. Number 10, Legend of Tarzan on the cusp, 2.4 million, so it brings its total to 121.9 million in its 5th week. Damn, that is really good, actually. And just a few honorable mentions. Number 11 is that Hillary's America documentary, still pulling in a couple million. Cafe Society at number 12 with 2.3. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates with another 1.4. Captain Fantastic with a little over $1 million. And I can't see any further down the list. I guess I could actually just key down, except that I don't have that shit highlighted. There we go, now we can key down a little bit. Central Intelligence at number 15. Nice, I love that movie. It was so much fun. Just under $1 million. Wow, it's grossed $125.3 million on its $50 million budget in 7 weeks. Excellent. You go, Rock. You go, Kevin Hart. I want to see more of that. Cool? Cool. All right, well, there was the box office report. Overall, pretty happy with it, even though I didn't have any dog in that fight, so to speak. I don't really like that phrase, actually. I may try to start removing that one from my vocabulary. All right, let's talk DC Villains, man. I got a list here. I'm gonna know some of these, obviously. Some of these I'm not. I think I'm vastly more familiar with DC Villains than I am Marvel Villains. I'm still relatively more new to the Marvel-verse than I would be to the DC-verse. You know, I grew up more of a DC guy. I still love both. I don't pick, you know, I love DC, I love Marvel, I love them pretty much equally. I just had more childhood with DC is all I'm getting at. So anyways, let's run through this list. I'll try to pick some of my favorites. I've got a top 100 villains list here from, what am I looking at? comicvine.gamespot.com. I'm not gonna go through all 100, that'll take us forever, but you know, we'll go through like 20 maybe, I don't know, we'll see what we get here. So number 1, the Joker. Pretty hard to argue with that. We'll try to do my top 3 here later, but yeah, I mean, come on, the Joker. I mean, the Joker is like the villain of villains, pretty much. He kind of defines great villainy. Then again, number 2, Lex Luthor. When Lex Luthor is done correctly, he is freaking amazing. Number 3, we got Darkseid. There's not even really anything more you can say. Fucking Darkseid, man. fucking Darkseid. Number 4, Sinestro. I'm not terribly familiar with Sinestro, but what I do know, I like. Number 5, we got Brainiac. Yeah, Brainiac's pretty badass. Number 6, Black Adam. I'm, again, not very familiar. I will be eventually. Number 7, Ra's al Ghul. That's pretty up there. 8, Deathstroke. Well, thanks to Arrow and now the upcoming Suicide Squad, I'm much more familiar with Deathstroke and really digging on that character. I've read some of his comics, too, I believe. So, well, not his comics, but him in some of the comics. So, really, really cool. Number 9 is Two-Face. He's been out of the limelight a little bit here lately. 10, Vandal Savage. I'm familiar with him from Legends of Tomorrow, the TV show. Love that portrayal. Would love to read some of his stuff and get a little more comic knowledge on him. Number 11, Anti-Monitor. Honestly, I'm not familiar with. 12, Professor Zoom. Interesting. So Zoom was a professor. I know apparently they did him differently on Flash than they did him in the comics, but I liked him on Flash TV show, so I need to read more Flash comics, honestly. Number 13, Doomsday. Oh, cool. The Patreon video for today is opening the Doomsday Comic-Con 6-inch pop. So, yeah, Doomsday's pretty badass when he's done right. I don't know that he's like the greatest villain ever. But then again, I think they did a lot more story with him after the death of Superman that I'm not familiar with. But I did really appreciate him in the death of Superman. Number 14, we got Catwoman. Yeah, Catwoman's pretty sweet. 15 is Mongol. I'm not familiar with the Mongol. 16 is Bizarro. I love Bizarro, the concept of Bizarro, but I'm not, terribly familiar with the story, so I don't know how great a villain he is. 17, the Riddler. Yep, Riddler's really cool, as long as it's not played by Jim Carrey. 18, Maxwell Lord. Well, from the Supergirl TV show, I'm loving Peter Fasinelli. I'm loving his portrayal of him on Supergirl. He's actually really great. Oh, 19, Captain Cold. Again, loving the Wentworth Miller's portrayal of him in the whole CW-DC verse. But again, not terribly familiar in the comics. Because again, most of my knowledge comes from movies and TVs. And I read a bunch of the comics when I'm a kid. So Batman villains, I'm really up on. And a handful of Superman villains, I'm really up on. Anything beyond that, I'm not terribly familiar with. If DC ever comes out with a thing like Marvel does, where the Marvel Universe, where you pay like $10 a month and you get access to all these comics, I will buy that in a heartbeat, and then I will get really caught up. And then hopefully Comic Bento will start teaching me some stuff. Number 20, Bane. Yeah, the breaking of Batman's back. Yeah, awesome. 21, Harley Quinn. I don't think of her too much as a villain. She is a villain, but I don't know. She's so back and forth sometimes. 22, Prometheus, I don't know. 23, Scarecrow. Scarecrow's really cool. 24, Parallax, what little I know is cool. 25, Gorilla Grodd, what little I know is cool. 26, General Zod, again, when done right. And actually, I really like the portrayal in Man of Steel of General Zod. I think that was really good. But then again, I love the Terrence Stamp. Whatever, the one from Superman 2, that was actually pretty cool too. One of the best things about that movie. Am I skipping stuff? I'm starting to skip stuff. 27, Desaad, I'm not familiar with. 28, Black Manta, I'm familiar with, but I don't know anything about. 20, I don't know any stories. I know he's an Aquaman villain, but I remember him from maybe like the Justice Friends, the Villains, Legion of Doom, the Rising thing out of the swamp, the old 70s cartoon. So that's how little exposure I have to him. 29, Mr. Freeze. 30, Cheetah. I tell you what, out of 30, I think that's enough. I don't need to go too deep into this list. Now, of course, I got my own personal reasons for loving Harley Quinn, but I don't know that I would put her in my top 3. Joker has to go in my top 3. Lex Luthor is definitely in my top 3, so those two are easy. Who else are we gonna get in top 3? Let's see. Bane, no. Captain Cold. I want to try and go somebody I would pull that I do have some comic knowledge from. I can't really put Doomsday there. Ra's al Ghul, maybe. I'm almost back to the top 3. Actually, I may just have to go with their top 3, actually in their top 3 order. I think they might have got it right for my tastes anyways. Joker number 1, Lex Luthor number 2, and Darkseid number 3. That is a hell of a trio of villains, guys. So there you got it. That's me geeking out a little bit over some DC villains. I'm anxious for Suicide Squad. Haven't read the reviews. I hear they're not good, but I'm keeping open mind, and I'll make my own opinions and give you my geek out about it after we see it on Thursday. So you get that Thursday night, Friday morning, something like that. But until then, guys, let me hear it. Geek out down in the comments. Who are your favorite DC villains? Who do I need to look more into? All that good stuff. Geek out away, please. And then other than that, you can give me the thumbs up of encouragement. Love to be encouraged. Subscribe if you're new here. We do all kinds of fun, nerdy, geeky stuff every single day on the TheEricButts channel. Of course, share with your friends. You're cool, they're cool. We should all be cool together. Check out Patreon, support the channel, get more stuff. Do or don't, it's okay. I just want you to know it's there, no pressure. All right, gang, I'm gonna get out of here, put this together, and get it online for you, and go watch some AGT with some Chinese food and some friends. And I'll see you guys later.